In this video, I'm going to share with you my workflow to create a new blog post article. We'll go through the whole process from start to finish. We're going to use a template, insert all the text, paste images, resize them, edit multiple articles at the same time, and push the changes to GitHub. By the end of the video, you'll be able to see the article live on my blog post, linkarzu.com. In case that you're new to my channel, my editor of choice is Neovim. And my blog post is just a static site using a Jekyll theme hosted in GitHub pages. That's basically it. So first, let's go to the repo that I edit to create a new article. On the top left corner, we can see the KD session name, blog post, and on the right hand side, we can see the path. You will notice that this is mounted in the MNT directory. And why is this? Because this is a network mounted drive. This is an NFS share that I mount in macOS. I'm not running this site locally in my computer. I'm running that in a separate server. Let me switch to my home session real quick so that I can show you that. I'm gonna type this command and you're gonna see all the different Docker containers that I have running in multiple servers in my home lab. So this one that you see here under Docker 2, Jekyll Chirpy, that is my blog post running on this server. But I'm going to edit it from my Mac and I'm going to push the changes to GitHub from my Mac, and that is going to automatically build the site. So let's go back to the other repo. And first, what I do is create the markdown file. I'm going to bring up my file explorer in Neovim. I bring that up with letter E. So I'm going to navigate here to the posts directory, and I'm going to create a new article inside keyboards. In this specific case, I'm just gonna go here in keyboards, and I'm just going to give this a date and a name. Okay, so today's date, need 40 keys.md. I'm going to type S here to sync the changes, Y to accept. Now I'm just going to open this file that I created. And the first thing that I'll do to make my life way easier is just to insert a template. Okay, now I'm going to jump into insert mode in here. I'm going to type a semicolon. This is what I use to enter snippets in Neovim. And I'm just going to type here blog post template. I have this snippet already. I'm going to accept it with Control Y, and that adds all this text on the screen. This article is going to be for the video that I created yesterday, so pretty much the job is already done. I'm just going to grab the title from the video and I'm going to paste it here. Now I'm going to hit tab and it's just going to jump to the next section of the snippets, jumps to the description. I'm going to copy the description from the video as well, or at least part of it. And I'm going to paste the description here. That looks good. Now I'm going to hit tab again, and it's just going to jump here to the date. I'm going to put in today's date, November 12th, and I'm going to hit tab again. It's going to jump here to the categories tab. Let me go to my blog post so that I can see what categories I have there. I have one for keyboards, so I'm just going to put it in there in keyboards. I think it's a good place. So just going to type here keyboards, and I'm going to hit tab here. Just going to add some tags. DMK is one of them. I'm also going to add here Anata. That's a good idea. And I'm also going to type here glove 80. Yep. And I think that's basically it. I have a proposal. Do you want to promote yourself in my channel? I'm not talking about a company like Notion, Brilliance, and all those other ones that we're used to seeing. I'm talking about you as a person. Do you have a project, course, YouTube channel, or product and trying to reach an audience? I'm going to leave a link in the video description with all the details, including the pricing and how this will work. But probably a 15-second personalized ad inserted into my videos. Just keep in mind that the audience you're targeting is like you, open source loving, which means broke and cheap. So you'll have to be creative and find a way to get them. Keyboards seem effective? Well, not even that, because they build them themselves. Now, let me grab the thumbnail for the video. I have it somewhere here. Here it is in my clipboard manager. I'm just going to copy this And I have a keymap in Neovim, which is Alt-1. So I'm just going to type that right now, Alt-1. Notice that this pop-up shows up. It's going to ask me, is this a thumbnail image? Yes. I'm just going to select here, yes, hit enter. Going to enter the image name here. I'm going to give it this name, need 40 keys, and I'm going to hit enter here. And that pasted that image into Neovim. It saved it in that specific directory and it automatically converted it to the AVIF format. Okay, so that is what you see here at the very end, that AVIF. The original format of this image was not AVIF. Let me see if I can find it again. This is the original image. Notice that it's a .png file, which is way bigger than an AVIF. I automatically convert it in Neovim when I paste it using a custom keymap that I have. So all I need is the path for the image because my keymap stored it in this specific directory. So I'm just going to grab this and I'm going to go up and replace that here. Okay, join this. There we go. So I have the image there. I'm going to delete it from here because I don't need this anymore. I just pasted it here so that I could store it locally and I could add it here to the front matter so that it shows up in the blog post. Let's see how this is looking so far. This is the local deployment of my blog post. This is not live yet, so I'm just going to open this. And here we can see the article. Notice that it says here, chirpy.home.linkarzu.com. And the original one, the live one, is shown here, linkarzu.com. So this is not live. This is just in my local network at the moment. But if we open this, here's the article. And here's the title, description, the thumbnail, table of contents, a link to the video. So let's go back here then. What do we have to modify first? The link to the video would be a good idea to update here. So the video is the one shown here, right? And I'm just going to copy the path to this video. Raycast gives you this option, copy video URL. So I'm just gonna grab this and I'm just going to paste it here somewhere. All I need is the ID, this part of the end, okay? And I'm just going to paste this here, delete this, and that should be it. Let's just make sure about this in the blog post. Just gonna scroll up here and I'm just going to refresh this and the video is shown there. So now let's go back. Prerequisites, I'm not going to put any here. I'm just going to delete this part here. And I already have this text, which is what I used for the video yesterday. So I'm just gonna jump to my daily notes. This is today's daily notes. I need yesterday's, which is shown here. And I'm just going to grab this entire section. I copied it to my clipboard. I'm gonna jump back to the other repo and I'm gonna paste it right here. Okay, so that's another markdown heading. It automatically saved and formatted my file. I'm just going to fold the headings so that I can see here all the level 2 headings. This is what I added right now. I'm just gonna go through it and see if it needs any modifications. Now look at this section. I usually don't add images in the blog post, but this doesn't make sense. Here's my symbol layer, and if you're reading, you're like, but what are you talking about? I don't see the symbol layer. You should watch the video. You shouldn't be reading the blog post, but just to give you guys an example, I'm going to paste an image here, okay? So first, let me jump to my glove 80 repo, and I'm just going to open my keymap file here, and I'm just going to jump to my symbol layer. Okay, so here's the symbol layer, but it's too big. That's what she said. So what I'm going to do is just zoom out a little bit, and I'm just gonna take a screenshot of this section here on my screen. In my case, I do that with the magic mouse. I just double click on the screen. This shows up so I can just easily take a screenshot. I'm just gonna grab this whole thing. It's not gonna make too much sense, but it doesn't matter too much. So I already have the screenshot there. I'm just gonna switch back to the other repo and I wanna paste that screenshot down here. So you remember the keymap that I have? I'm going to type it right now, Alt-1, and the pop-up is gonna show up. Is this a thumbnail image? No, it's not. enter the image name. Okay, I'm gonna give it this name, symbol glove 80 CMK. Just gonna hit enter here. It added the image. I'm going to give it a description here at the bottom. I think this is a good description. So let's just go back to the blog post and let's see how it's doing so far. I'm just going to refresh the page here and let's scroll down. Here is the text and here's the image that I just pasted with the small description there at the bottom. And the nice thing is that the Neovim keymap that I have converted this image into the AVIF format and it stored it specifically in this directory because that's the way that I configure the keymap. And the image was just in my macOS system clipboard and it was not in the AVIF format. It was PNG, I think. And how big is this image? Let's see. I'm going to type another keymap that I have. Space I. Notice that this is going to show up. The letter F. Open the image under the cursor in Finder. So I'm just going to type F here. That opens Finder and we can see the image here. Symbol glove 80 CMK. 33 kilobytes. The thumbnail, how big is it? 68 kilobytes. So that is the reason why I use this format, AVIF. Let me keep reading through this and see if there's any other inconsistencies or stuff that I need to fix. Okay, so here in this specific section, I'll leave a link in the video description, but this doesn't make much sense. So I'm just going to leave a link instead to that section. I'm gonna delete this part here. Probably it will be here. Okay, I'm just gonna copy this from my daily notes. This is the link to that. And I'm just going to paste it down here. Yep. This blank at the end just opens the link in a new page when you click on it. I personally don't like when I click a link and it opens in the same page. Okay, this is something else that I want to edit, this section here. I'm going to insert an image in this specific section right here, okay? Just need to look for the image. I think I have it in Discord. Let me get it, hold on. Okay, so I spent like 5 minutes, but I found the image. So I'm just gonna paste it here. Remember my keymap, Alt 1. Is this a thumbnail image? It's not. I'm just gonna give it a name, Wife's Look, because this is an image that I'm going to be using a lot of times in my blog post. Wife's Look, when I asked if I could remap her keyboard, and this is the one exactly. Yep. So let's see how the article is doing at the moment. Just gonna refresh the page here and I'm just going to scroll down a little bit. This image looks too big. Can we modify the size? Of course we can. So let's go down here. I'm just going to modify the width. Okay, going to set it to 200 maybe. Let's give it a try. Set it to 200. Go back to the blog post. Let's refresh the page and we can see it now. Yeah, I think that's better. It's pixelated, but it's part of the fun. Okay, so let's leave it like that. I don't want to modify anything in this other blog post actually. I was not even planning on creating this blog post to begin with. It was just gonna remain a video, but this is just a demo how I do blog posts in Neovim. In case that you're wondering, why do you have this prettier-ignore here? And this is because I auto-format my files, right? So this prettier-ignore tells prettier to ignore this section so that it doesn't format this and this. Otherwise, it would put them in the same line, these two, and the image wouldn't show properly in my blog post, right? So once this paragraph ends, it stops the ignore, so it continues formatting here and all the way down. Sometimes I need to rename an image, right? Let's say that I want to give this image a different name, okay? And let's say that the image repeats in multiple places in this blog post, okay? So I'm just going to YIP this paragraph or YIP instead, and I'm just going to paste it down here, just to give you an example, right? So how can I rename the image? but also update the reference to rename it here as well, right? How can we do that? I have another keymap as well. Letter I for image, and then capital R is to rename the image under cursor. Okay, so this name is perfect. I don't want to change it, but just going to add here new at the end, and I'm just gonna hit enter. Notice that it renamed the physical file, but it also updated the references here, right? So we can see wives look new, and we also see that here wives look new. If I come back to my Explorer or Finder or whatever you use, you're gonna see the new name here, wives look dash new. I'm gonna rename it back because I don't like this name. Okay, so letter I, capital R, name it back to this, hit enter here, and it renamed it already. And if we go back here, we will be able to see the new name, and the image was updated not only here, but it was also updated here. Okay, so I'm just going to delete this one because we don't need it. And yep, I think this is looking good so far. I don't think I need to add anything else or modify it. So I'm just going to push the changes so you can see how it goes live. And we're gonna do one more thing. But let's first commit these changes. Okay, so I'm just going to bring up lazygit, Alt G in my case. And notice that all of the images that I added are listed here, and the blog post itself is here, right? So just gonna commit all of these at the same time. A, select them all. B to commit. I'm just going to type a message here. This is gonna be my commit message. I'm just gonna hit enter here. And that is committed. Just going to zoom out a little bit because you cannot see a damn thing here, I think. Yeah, that looks better. So the commit is here. It hasn't been pushed yet. Okay, before I push it, there's something else that I want to show you as well. How do I replace something in multiple files? So let's say that I want to add a new heading here at the bottom. And actually, I do want to add it, right? So I use a plugin for that. So I'm just going to select all of this right now. And I'm going to type a keymap, letter SR, search and replace, and notice that it searched in all the repo and it found 59 matches. That is for each one of the blog post articles, right? So we can see one here, doesn't matter, that's just a test one, but we keep scrolling down. This is another file. Pretty much all of my different articles were selected and found, right? Let's say that I want to add another heading maybe at the beginning of this, right? Instead of this being here, I want to add what I have, which would be this. And we're going to add something else as well here at the beginning. Okay, so I already have this in my daily note. Let me just go there. Just going to copy this entire section, community driven promotion. Just gonna select this, go back to the other repo, and I'm just going to paste this here. And let's delete this here at the beginning. Let's leave a line down here. So this is going to replace what it has already for this. It's just going to add a new heading as well. Okay. This should work in theory. Let's give it a try. Notice what is removing and what it's adding, right? And it's going to be doing it for all the different files, 59 matches and 59 files. So all I need to do right now is type the backslash, backslash, and then R, and that is just going to replace everything. Grug-far replaced completed in 59 milliseconds. So let's just go and make sure that it did work. I'm just gonna quit out of here with escape, and we can see that there. Look at that. Community driven promotion. Do you want to promote yourself in my channel? Okay. There's a problem with doing this, and I know this because of experience. This is not going to update the table of contents at the very top. So if we come here to contents, table of contents, this is not listed there. So that's going to be a problem because all of the other articles will not have the table of contents updated. and my blog post is gonna go down. How do I know? Because it has happened to me already on multiple occasions, but I'm going to fix it right now as well. Let me open another article so you can see that the table of contents is not going to be updated there. Well, when I open an article, it's going to auto format it, so the table of contents will be automatically updated. So that's not gonna work. This one was auto saved already, so the table of contents right now should be updated. Let's see. Yep, this one was updated. Let's open another one. Let's open this Plum Blossoms article, right? And let's take a look at the table of contents. And okay, so it's not there. It hasn't been updated. I have a key map. Just gonna bring up letter S key here. And it says here keymap to auto format and save all markdown files in the current repo. Yep, so this is what I want to do. I'm just gonna hit enter here, and it's just gonna take a little while running in the background. Just gonna do some stuff, and we can see some stuff going there in the background. This might not be the best way of doing it, but it's the way that I hacked my way around it. If you know a different way, let me know down in the comments. All I care about is that it works and that it does what I need. But let's just give it a second and I'm gonna let you know when it's done. So it keeps formatting and saving files. And it is done. Let's take a look now. Table of contents. So this is there, okay? The heading is in the table of contents. And the text that we added is here as well, right? What if we open another file? Let me bring here this macOS Rising, okay? And let's go down a little bit to the table of contents. And it's here, community driven promotion. So it was added there. And if we scroll to the bottom of the file, this is what we added in the first place. So let's just make sure that it's shown correctly. And it is. Yep, yep, yep. So what I'm going to do is commit these changes as well. Just going to bring up lazygit. Notice that it was applied in all the different blog posts. Okay, so that was pretty useful. You can see the heading there and you can see what was added there at the bottom as well. Okay, so let's just select all of them and update. I'm just gonna select A here, and it takes a little bit longer to apply all these changes and you're gonna feel that Neovim is slower. But remember, the reason for that is because this is an NFS mounted drive on macOS, and that's what makes it slower because all of these changes are done over the network. I'm just going to commit this, all articles updated, and I'm just gonna paste this, and that's it. Just gonna hit enter here. Now I have both of my changes there. The moment of truth, let's push them. Just going to type here uppercase P as in Peter. That is going to push the changes, and we're going to check on the blog post to see if it went down, if it died, or what happened. In case that it goes down, I have notifications, I have alerts, not only for this, but other sites that I manage as well. And if it goes down, this would send me an alert to PagerDuty. Because sometimes you just push the changes and you just don't even look. The site goes down and you're like, what happened? Okay, so this went through, shows successful here. All articles updated, so we shouldn't have any issues. Let's see what uptime Kuma says. Shows pending right now, but maybe that was because of the update, and the next ping, which is in 60 seconds, should turn this green. Let's see if the site is up anyway. Okay, so if we come here, this is my blog post, the live one, and it's working. Okay, let's just review it real quick. Everything is showing there. The community driven promotion, which is what I added, is also showing there. The video, the text, images, and yep, everything is good. I didn't even check if this link works. Yeah, it works. Okay, awesome. Let's see if this fixes. Yep, it's green now. But if it didn't work for some reason, I have notifications enabled, so it sends me an alert to PagerDuty, but it also sends me an alert to Telegram, both of them. I'm a monitoring engineer. Well, I used to be a monitoring engineer. That was my previous position. So this is what I did. Not with Uptime Kuma, because this is an open source project, but with corporate tools that are used to monitor infrastructure or anything that you can imagine. So mission accomplished. I show you everything that I want to show you related to my blog post workflow. Before I let you go, I also want to thank the CEOs, Web23, web23.com, the executive producers, and all the other YouTube members. Really appreciate the support. If you want to become a member, I'm going to leave the link down in the video description. If you want to promote yourself in my videos, remember that the information is also going to be in the description. Hope this was useful, and I'll see you in the next video.